Welcome to the transfer window in the Chelsea FC Career Mode here on FC24. For the first time, we're going to be making transfers with incomings. We've made some outgoings already, of course, with Thiago Silva and Cucurella leaving the club, and there might be more on the way out in the not-too-distant future later on today. You'll notice the new Chelsea kit has finally arrived through the post, so hopefully that can spur us on to some good new signings and some good form, as well as we continue to aim towards the top end of the table rather than loitering terribly mid-table. Intrigued to see what the AI's transfer logic is like this year on FC24 as well, considering this is going to be my first transfer window on this game. Hopefully there are some more realistic style transfers. We shall wait and see as time progresses, of course. We say thank you to James for upping his Patreon tier from the 5 to the VIP tier. Thank you very much indeed for that, mate. If you could reply to the message on Patreon, that would be great. Of course, thank you to everyone that continues to show your support. We have Julian today, as you can see in the background. We also have the Pikachu thing, of course, in yellow, because Pikachu, and also Zeno. Thank you very much indeed for your continued support on the channel. If you want to have your name on the LED board behind me, then of course continue to leave your feedback in the comments section down below. Be very much appreciated. And if you drop the video a like as well, it really helps the channel out, so that is also very much appreciated. Make sure you subscribe too, so you don't miss out on any further content. Right, what's happening today? We have £39.2 million available to us to spend currently, as we have artificially enforced transfer restrictions on ourselves. FA Cup begins today against Watford, then Fulham and Liverpool, but should we, hopefully when we, get through against Watford in the FA Cup, we should have another FA Cup tie drawn a little bit later in the month, so we may well be simulating the Fulham game in the league. We're going to start a relatively strong side against Watford, although I may make a couple of changes. As you can see, a handful of players are not quite fully fit, but it's an easier month this time. December was bloody ridiculous, as it always is, and it would have been crazier still had we been in the semi-finals, or no, quarter-finals at that stage of the Carabao Cup, but we were knocked out. Sad. But hopefully we won't be knocked out of a cup competition today. We've got goalkeepers on the list to try and buy, waiting on just a couple more scout reports before we officially make our decision. In fact, a couple more scout reports is just the one. Again, Jack here is the man that we're waiting for at the moment, just to make sure we don't potentially miss out on someone. And as you guys rightly mentioned in the comments section, there is rumours of Tammy Abraham plus cash for Romelu Lukaku in the summer with Chelsea and Roma, and that's something that I'd be quite keen to do in the summer transfer window. But right now we're going to concentrate on the winter one, with January upon us. Now then, I have not been enjoying Conor Gallagher. I haven't necessarily transfer listed him, but I might be open to a sale to Newcastle United. £21.5 million is the valuation that they have offered. I reckon I can get up to 23.6. Now, I might like to negotiate that a little bit higher, please, if you don't mind. We obviously also have the opportunity to potentially loan someone in this January transfer window if we don't necessarily have the funds available to do anything else other than the goalkeeper. They seem rather reluctant to pay any more than valuation here, Newcastle. Very reluctant to pay anything more than valuation, and I'm not just going to sell him for the sake of selling him. I'm sorry, Eddie, you will have to look elsewhere, pal. Someone pays upwards of 30 for Connor, I'm happy to let him go, but whilst they're bidding about valuation, it's not going to happen, I'm afraid. Ooh. Interest in one of the Patreon players from Real Madrid. Fulham have offered to loan Ronnie Thomas on a short term. That's perfect. That's exactly what we want to do. And now West Ham are bidding 21.5 for Conor Gallagher. If you'll please, just, if someone wants, because he's only 23, I don't really like playing with Conor Gallagher. He's not that great, but no one wants to play more than 21.5. I wonder what his current contract situation is. That might be a reason why people aren't necessarily bidding too high. David Moyes is also unwilling to pay the fee that I expect for Conor Gallagher. Let me check his contract, because if his contract is running out soon, that might be why people are less willing to pay a slightly higher fee. 18 months left on his contract. Do I take the risk and delegate a renewal? Spend a little bit of money to hopefully make a little bit more money. That's what we'll do. Hopefully, if people come in for Conor Gallagher now, they'll actually pay, or be willing to pay, a decent fee for him. Everton would like a loan to buy for young Ronnie Thomas, and that's an absolute no. We only want to loan him. So we shall crack on with match day number 1 today. FA Cup time against Watford, and fingers crossed we'll get through. In the Championship, of course, Watford, but they are having a decent season. They've got Backman in goal, playing a 4-3-3, holding, as opposed to our slightly more offensive 4-3-3. They've lost their last game, but the last 3 have been victories prior to that. You can see the state of their side there, and actually, I believe Chandler at right back may well be a Patreon player. The first time we've come up against a player from the Patreon. Jake Livermore there in the midfield as well. Wesley Hoot at centre-back. Obviously, Sem on the left-hand side is going to be quick, so we shall do our best against Watford, and our best certainly should be good enough. Lavia into Conor Gallagher. We'll get this all the way out wide here to Noni. And he will get that inside to Armando Broja, who gets the start here. Malo Gusto should have the pace to beat his man. He's going to ride the challenge somehow. Stand this up into the middle where, unfortunately, Chandler is going to clear it. Confirmation, yes. Matthew Chandler is a Patreon player starting at right back for Watford here today, which is intriguing. The first one we've seen in this save, and I'm sure we'll come across many more by the end of it as well. Here he is down the right-hand side, burning those afterburners. Getting into the box. Bio back here to Loza. Turns well. Conor Gallagher holding him up, trying his best to win it back, and eventually doing so, but then losing it again. Robert Sanchez gets the start here. Unsurprising yellow card here for Rico Lewis. Oh, Jamal Lewis, sorry. Robert Sanchez gets the start. It occurred to me that maybe when we were deciding that Robert Sanchez was absolute poop, maybe it was because we were on ultimate difficulty and we found out later down the line that ultimate difficulty was just where goalkeepers save nothing. Maybe we've done Robert Sanchez a disservice. I don't think we have. I think he's still probably not that good. But we might have perhaps been a bit too quick to judge him, considering our later discoveries with the difficulty settings. But we're in here. Madueke back to Broja, and Broja couldn't have found the top corner better. Chelsea 1, Watford 0. We're in front in the FA Cup, and that is certainly worth another watch for Armando. That was a brilliant finish. Tucked inside to him here, and, well, he couldn't have found the top corner much better, as we say. Postage stamp stuff. You love to see it. Mudryk, is he going to go again, Mudryk? Broja will go out wide here to Martson. Tuck it back. Leslie, Broja again, and in there is Conor Gallagher, and there is Mudryk. Bit of pace. Mudryk, 2-0 Chelsea. Mikhailo gets another goal for the club. And that hopefully is enough done to see us through to the next round of this competition. Beautiful. Kone. Well, if you're going to kick it straight against Lavia, I'm not going to say no. And Noni's running through that gap. Noni Madueke is on his own here. Oh, but he doesn't need anyone else. Off the bar. Mudryk trying to catch the keeper out with a quick second effort. But Chandler's in the way. Very nearly 3-0 before half-time. Beautiful footwork from Noni Madueke on the wing. But unfortunately, goes unrewarded. Nicely intercepted by Trevor Chalobah. It's a player that I've criminally underused so far, Trevor Chalobah. But there are so many options at centre-back. It's hard to find game time for everyone. And everybody else is higher rated, other than Levi Colwill, than Trevor Chalobah. So I'm torn as to what to do with him, really. He's obviously a Chelsea boy through and through, but I've got 5 other centre-backs that would probably be ahead of Trevor Chalobah in the pecking order. He can play in a multitude of positions, which is obviously good. Centre-back and CDM, and I could probably utilise him at full-back if I needed to. I will leave Trevor Chalobah's future in your hands, YouTube comment section. Do you think... Oh, he's used an arm. Do you think we should sell Trevor Chalobah in the summer? Or do we somehow try and utilise him, or just, quite frankly, keep him here as the go-to squad player? Trying to get themselves one back here to give themselves a chance here, Watford, but we're determined to get through to the next round of this FA Cup. If we're... Oh, is that Lewis again? It's going to be a second yellow. He's going to be gone. Bye, Jamal. Bye. Cheerio, cheerio, cheerio. Second yellow card. And the red comes out. Didn't actually go for the second yellow card. The referee just brought the red straight out. No yellow, red. Bye, pal. Well, there goes any chance Watford had, surely, of getting themselves back in this game. Down to 10 men and out of the cup. And Leslie's made the run forward. And Broja somehow manages to keep hold of possession there. It's Conor Gallagher. Out to Noni quickly. Back to Conor. And into the back of the net. Lovely goal. We're playing some really nice stuff here against Watford. Proving that, yes, we're the Premier League side and they're certainly a league below. Tidy finish too, keeping that low. Final whistle sounds. Solid, comfortable, straightforward victory against the side in a lower division. It's not something at the beginning of the season we thought we might well be saying at times when we were on our way through, but speaking of going through, we are through to the next round of the FA Cup. Any shocks in there? Not that I could quickly glance at. Stoke winning 3-0 away from home against Huddersfield. West Brom beat Leicester. Morale is still something we're struggling to keep above content for any real spell of time, but fingers crossed we can keep everybody happier the longer we go on in the FA Cup. Wasn't difficult to beat Watford today, but they're saying that Chandler was very good. There you go, Matthew. Apparently you're a very good defender. From my point of view, didn't necessarily show it in that game, but still. Barcelona would like to sign Raheem Sterling, would they? No. Barcelona could not have Raheem Sterling, thank you very much. Raheem stays for now. I might be open to letting him go later in the save, as he's not as young as he once was. None of us are. And with other youngsters like Mudryk on their way through, Noni Madueke obviously already established in the first team, but for the time being, Raheem Sterling's been one of the brightest sparks in this team, so he will continue on. Ronnie Thomas goes out on loan to Fulham, and we actually have Fulham next. Now, it's not too long until Enzo Fernandez is back in training, actually, I don't think. Where are you, Enzo? 5 weeks. Okay. Bit longer than I thought. That's annoying. What were my other 2 emails? Broja bid. Now, with Nico Jackson at the club, with Christopher Nkunku at the club, and with potentially Tammy coming back with Romelu going the other way in the summer, if you guys might like to see that, Armando Broja would certainly find himself on the very fringes of the team. But he did score a good goal in that game against Watford. So, for the time being, I won't sell Broja, but I would certainly be interested in your feedback on the potential of what happens with Broja. With regards to the strikers, we've got Jackson, we've got Nkunku. We probably will look to do the Tammy for Lukaku thing if we possibly can, or at least get Tammy in and sell Lukaku. Whether he ends up going to Rome or not is neither here nor there. We've got young Fofana, who could maybe do something. Broja is surplus to requirements? I don't know. He just can't quite seem to get his name on the starting sheet for Chelsea in this save or in real life, can he, Armando Broja? So, you tell me. We won't act on that until next season, though, I don't think, for Armando Broja. Tammy Abraham, final scout report, as if perfectly timed. Only 81 rated, Tammy. That is a real surprise. I thought it'd be better than that. I genuinely thought it'd be 83 or 84 rated. He's going to grow still, though, at 26. Does have a couple of traits in there as well. A couple of play styles. Interest in Millie from Barcelona. Wow. And now Al Hilal have bid for Broja as well, although less than West Ham. I won't sell Broja. I don't plan on selling Broja. I don't think I'm going to sell Broja this window. Erdogan Çakır, 79 rated. Okay, so he's 27 years of age and he's not that good. Wolves. Okay, now we might be talking. Conor Gallagher's value has gone up to 24.5 with just the... Actually, he's now up to 80 rated. He was 79 when we offered him that contract. So he's grown a little bit and they reckon I can now get up to nearly 40 for him. Now that would open the door for someone significantly more talented to come in. If I can get nearly 40 million for Conor Gallagher, which again seemingly looks unlikely, then I'd be happy. They don't want to pay any more than 27.9. If I can get anything above 33, I'll let him go. But they seem rather reluctant to do anything even close to a penny more than what they originally offered. 31.3. Oh, is it enough though? Is 31.3 enough? I'm going to stall. I'm going to stall on that. And I'm going to go and sign Diogo Costa from Sport Porto? From Portugal. One of the Portuguese teams. I think it might be Porto, actually. Where are you, Diogo? He is. He's valued at 37.5. I have 39.2 currently available to me. You reckon I can get £42.6 million accepted? I don't want to pay his release clause. Thank you very much. Now we're gonna still be strict with the financials that we're allowing ourselves. So I'm gonna bid about valuation. They would like DSRC. I will counter, remove DSRC, but what we can do is offer them Robert Sanchez in return. He's valued at 17 million, and that would make it much more agreeable financially if we can. Well, that was straightforward, wasn't it? Deal done. Sergio Conceição. We have a deal, a handshake assured. Robert Sanchez on his way out. Diogo Costa potentially on his way in. He's currently on £11,500 a week. Robert Sanchez is part of the deal. He's on 61 grand a week. So I imagine Diogo Costa would probably want upwards of 70 to 80. Hopefully they give me an idea of what he might want. Crucial, no surprises. I think we all expected that. 4 years is absolutely perfect as well. No release clause. 38 grand a week. Deal! You can have absolutely everything that you're asking for, Diogo. Welcome to Chelsea Football Club. Our first signing of this new save of FC24 is Diogo Costa from Porto. A brand new, higher rated, much more talented goalkeeper comes through the doors at Stamford Bridge. So Wolves' £31.3 million would earn me a total of 48 million to spend on a new central midfielder. Is 48 million enough to sign a replacement of good enough quality for Conor Gallagher? I am unsure at this moment in time. We'll go and play Fulham in the Premier League. Actually, let me have a look. Has the next round of the FA Cup been drawn? Not yet. I will sim Fulham because we expect the next round of the FA Cup to be drawn very, very soon indeed. They're playing a 4-1-4-1 with a kick and rush. That should be, their form is very indifferent. As you can see, win, loss, draw, win, loss. Well, draw would be the next one you'd imagine, but okay. I'll go to the press conference. We'll make people happier. And then from there, we'll sim this one against Fulham. Connor, good footwork to beat one. Poor pass given away. One back again though. Here we go. This could be the chance into the box. And Kunku can't find the shot. Still 0-0 after 37 minutes. Might not be 0-0 for long. It isn't. It's 1-0 Fulham. Raul Jimenez denies Diogo Costa a clean sheet on debut, and we trail in the Premier League. Significantly weaker opposition. 68% possession, no bloody shots. Not going to win a game of football doing that, are we? To go on and get this equaliser. Noni, it's a lovely turn. Please, Noni. Oh, Noni Madueke, that is awful. Absolutely terrible. Mudrik's coming on in your place. And Kunku's the best player I've got on the pitch, but I'm going to have to take him off here because he's knackered. And hopefully, Nico Jackson can come on and give us an equalising goal. That's a lovely ball. Nico lays it off. And around the corner, Mudrik. Gents, shoot, please! It's a good save by the keeper. Our first shot comes. It doesn't go in. Lovely work. Yes, Raheem! That's why we didn't sell him to Barcelona. He makes the difference still with our last chance of the game in stoppage time. Raheem Sterling gets us a point against Fulham. We could ultimately in the end there perhaps won it late on, but after the way the game was going, I'll just be happy enough with a point for now, I think. Testing my patience there though for sure, some of those players with their reluctance to actually do what they're paid to do. Badiashile wants a bit more football. I'm trying. I've got so many centre-backs. I just can't play everybody. I'm sorry. Liverpool next. Unless the FA Cup is drawn, which it should be. Malo Gusto release clause met. That changes things. £28.3 million, Aston Villa have come in and met his release clause. Alright. That further twists this window. Now, if Malo Gusto does leave, I have the option to re-sign his contract. If he does leave, that would solve the Trevor Chalobah conundrum. Because I could change Trevor to a right back. He wouldn't be that pacey, but would be certainly very usable there. More of an Azpilicueta style type player than a Reece James, but would mean that Trevor Chalobah would stay at the club. If Malo Gusto goes, we've got the cover available in the defensive areas to be able to deal with it. See, Ian Martson could probably play on that side as well with a 4-star weak foot. I think I'm happy to let Malo Gusto go, meaning that we would then have significant funds to replace Conor Gallagher. I don't want to commit to Conor Gallagher until I know Malo Gusto is going. Real Madrid have offered 31.9 for Arnau Martinez. He was potentially the player we might buy to replace Malo Gusto. Sunderland at home in the Cup is a winnable tie, really, isn't it, if we're honest? So, let's... What's February look like? Quite busy with some big teams in there. Let's sim Sunderland and play Liverpool. There you go. Malo Gusto's gone. Right, okay. I am going to then. I'm going to sell Conor Gallagher to Wolves for 31 million. YouTube comment section. Please tell me who to buy in central midfield to replace Conor Gallagher in the starting 11. Conor is a player I haven't clicked with in this save, certainly. So Gusto sold for 28.3. Wolves have they've just literally on the same day that I was going to accept it, they've withdrawn. Do I now add Conor Gallagher to the transfer list? I am torn-a-rooney. So Arsenal, I don't know where that came from. Sunderland, okay, red and white, I suppose. Sunderland line up with a 4-2-3-1 wide. Jack Clark, Patrick Roberts, Bradley Dack. It's an alright team, but as you might well expect, we would very much expect to win this. Now, with the game against Liverpool in just a few days' time, I am going to quite heavily rotate for this fixture. Badiashile's been desperate to play. Put Levi Colwill in there as well. Throw Chalobah at right back. I'm going to have to change his position, though, in the development schedule. I think that side is still good enough to beat Sunderland here in the FA Cup. Let me know as well, actually, guys, if you would rather, when we sim games, if you'd rather see them in the tactical view, then let me know in the comment section. I'd be open to doing that. It would mean that the highlights would be longer and the videos would be longer, but if you're open to watching a longer video, if it means you see more physical on-pitch gameplay, then I am happy to do the simulating via the tactical view instead. If you would like to see it that way, let me know. Also, please, because we're not going to play Liverpool today now. We are not going to end the transfer window today. We're going to wait, and I'm going to get your feedback on the Conor Gallagher situation before I commit either way to ending this transfer window. Do I sell Conor Gallagher for upwards of £30 million, meaning I would have upwards of £75 million available to spend in this window? Or do I pocket that £45 million that we've currently got available to spend, save that till the summer, and then go even bigger in the summer transfer window? That's the conundrum in front of us now. So please leave your comments down below. If there's a comment that you agree with, then thumbs that up as well. And by default, the more popular opinions will rise to the top of the comment section. So we'll know exactly what to do in that central position. Because right now I am torn. We cannot afford to go out of the FA Cup. The board would probably sack me. they'd certainly be very disappointed at this stage of the season to go out of this competition. There is a lot of impetus still with the managerial rating put onto domestic cup competition. We would see our rating plummet if we go out of this competition without winning it. Oh, Leslie! In the 89th minute with a chance to give us victory, puts it wide of the target. We are going to be going to a replay against Sunderland here in the FA Cup, which for the time being at least keeps us still in the competition, but it's not necessarily the ideal scenario, is it? West Brom beat Pompey, but that's unsurprising. Championship side beating League One side. It's fine. Recommended, yeah. Oh, now Marti, is he Real Madrid player now? He has moved to Real Madrid. So that's one of the deals that's gone through. Ah, man. Okay. So, as we head towards transfer deadline day then, which we will do in the next episode on Monday, once I know exactly what you guys are telling me, what to do with Conor Gallagher. You might be happy for Conor Gallagher to stay. He has been growing. As you can see, he's up to 80 rated now. Maybe you think he continues to grow, and maybe he'll become more and more usable as time goes by. I currently have £45 million to spend, plus whatever we get for Conor Gallagher, or Conor Gallagher plus £45 million as using him as part of the deal to bring someone else in. So do I sign someone else at central midfield? And if I do, who? And do I go for just cash? Or do I just go, or do I bite the bullet and just use Conor Gallagher in that deal, and then we don't have to worry about trying to find a seller, trying to find a buyer, sorry, for Conor Gallagher. We can just get the deal done there and then. We may, on transfer deadline day alone, not have enough time to get the deal done. But it's going to be crunch time on transfer deadline day, and it's going to be very, very intriguing. We find ourselves 10th in the Premier League at the moment, but with a game in hand, albeit probably this one against Liverpool. Should we win this game in hand, we can go back up to 8th. And would be on 30 points. 12 behind Arsenal in the top 6. 15 behind Manchester United in the top 4. And Spurs continually leading the way up top. Unbelievable, Jeff. Well, tell me what to do, basically, and I'll do it. We'll end this episode with a look then at the Patreon players to see if you guys have moved anywhere. There have been some transfers in this save so far, so let's go and see who's gone where, if at all. So you'll be able to see your updated ratings as we progress through. At the end of the season, I'll show you by how much you've grown in any given area. But obviously the free agents we signed and then released to kickstart their progress in this save. Rachel has moved from Newcastle to AC Milan. So that's a confirmed transfer so far. Justin has moved to Arsenal as well. Justin was Justin Barrett. Justin started at Liverpool and has been picked up by Arsenal here at 69 rated now. Any other transfers that have gone through as of yet? Let's have a look. We're not sure at this stage. Emmett was at Barcelona and started there. There was rumours of someone else being signed by Barcelona, weren't there? As we were working our way through. I can't quite recall off the top of my head who it was. Tammy's still at Barcelona, at Roma, sorry. Tom is still at Schalke. Nathan's still at Newcastle. Someone was linked with Barcelona, and I can't for the life of me remember who it was now off the top of my head. Josh has gone from, I believe it was Luton. Did Josh start at Luton? Josh Barnes started at Luton Town, now a Real Madrid player. Wow. When was the last time, if ever, you saw someone move to Luton, from Luton to Real Madrid, and there was someone linked with Barcelona? It was Millie. Jordan Millwood moves from FC St. Pauli in Germany to FC Barcelona. Lots of moves in this first window for a number of the Patreon players. We may yet see further moves in the remainder of the transfer window, and again we'll have a full season roundup of course at the end of the year with my squad and of course the Patreon players included as well. But the next episode on Monday is going to be you guys telling me what the hell to do with Conor Gallagher and the rest of that money. Do I pocket it, bank it and spend it in the summer, or do we splash the cash now? You tell me! Drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to the channel with the notification bell ticked and you won't miss anything else that comes in this save. Check the links in the description to the second channel for the player career mode and the Twitch link, so you can come and watch these live and have your feedback in the moment. But for now, that's all for today. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. I am live over Saturday and Sunday as well, so do join me. But for now, for YouTube, that's all for me for today. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.